how come that a Dutch guy who's living in Singapore is doing voluntary work in Argentina, which only 100 years ago was part of the top 10 wealthiest countries in the world, wealthier than Germany, Italy, France, once global empires. And it's not very easy to miss. If you walk through Buenos Aires and you look at buildings like the Casa Rosada, if you look at Teatro Colón or El Ateneo, you can see, if you look up, you can see all the richness and grandeur that's still part of the city today. But it's different if you start to look down on the ground, and then you can see what the reality is on the ground. The poverty, the potholes in the streets, and you can see that Argentina has fallen back to an underdeveloped country. So how did that all came about? Turning point for the Argentina economy was the Great Depression in the 30s of the last century, after which Argentina was in the majority ruled by economically illiterate politicians. For example, the Perons, very well known, they closed the economy to protect national industries. Multiple military coups in the 70s also didn't help. They pushed Argentina further into debt. One that later, by the many politicians, the democratic politician came after, was not really resolved. In 1998, Carlos Menem was elected president. And despite all his campaign promises to the people of Argentina to make Argentina greater, what he really did is privatize public companies. For example, the airlines were sold to a Spanish investor for an amount allegedly lower than the value of the planes itself. Also, the railroads got sold off to foreign investors, and within a few years, the length of the tracks got decimized, pushing more and more people into poverty, people that in remote areas that cannot get to their work anymore. But maybe the worst was that Argentina saw their oil reserve going to foreign investors, something that has never happened in the world before without the involvement of a war. If I needed to summarize what has led to this great decline of wealth in a relatively short period in history, I would use the word greed. The greed of politicians at all levels of the Argentina political systems that caused fraudulent or at least suspicious transactions. And that leads to, in my mind, to irrational decision making. We do see a change in the last year with the new government under Macri. The young generation here in Argentina is very bullish about their future. They believe in a better Argentina, and when there's a will, there's probably a way. So I hope for the beautiful country of Argentina and the beautiful people in Argentina that this country will flourish again, and not only on the soccer field. Gracias.